Keeping an organization alive means communicating internally. Join us as we explore how to build effective internal communications, the backbone of any successful political party and a struggle for every organization. Internal communication isn't just about sending messages, it's about creating a shared understanding throughout your organization. From party leadership to local volunteers, everyone needs to be in sync. Think of it as your party's nervous system. Information needs to flow smoothly in all directions. Information flows down from the leadership of the party. For example, sharing strategic decisions and party positions, providing clear guidance on important issues, giving regular updates about overall party developments, and helping to ensure consistent messaging across all levels. Without this downward flow, different parts of the party might drift away from each other or they might be lost what to do next. But it shouldn't only flow top-down. Information should also flow from members upwards. For example, to learn about issues in different regions or parts of the party to make sure it works everywhere. To gather insights from volunteers in the field to make sure what you are doing actually works in practice. And to generally understand the concerns and challenges that are felt on the ground. Without this upwards flow, the leadership of the party is basically steering blindly. And that is as dangerous as it sounds. Lastly, in addition to up and down, information should also flow sideways, across different departments and regions. For example, to coordinate campaigns and activities between them, and to share best practices between local teams so they learn from each other's experiences. With this sideways flow of information, the different parts of the party learn from each other and make sure all their efforts are strengthening and not accidentally working against each other. So how do you make sure you have this information flow? Start with a clear structure. Who needs to know what, when, and through which channels? This sounds easy, but it is a challenge most organizations have not successfully managed. How much is enough, and when is it too much? That is the magic question. A relatively easy and cheap way to spread information is a regular internal newsletters with things like weekly updates on key developments within the party. Here you can share important decisions that were taken or upcoming events, but it's also a great place to celebrate local successes. Besides the newsletter, if possible, it's great to have an own internal and secure digital platform. With this, you have a central place to store important information for everyone in the party, like documents or shared calendars. But it's also a great place for people to talk, whether it is serious exchange of ideas between teams that can't meet in person, or simply instant messaging for quick coordination. There are free options available for non-profits, so as long as you are still small, these might be great options for you. For core teams and active volunteers, more interactive and face-to-face options are also a great option, definitely in times when things change quickly, like in the peak of a campaign. Doing team briefings can be great for doing daily things such as sharing the latest developments or mutually checking the status of all activities and tasks. But it can also be good for larger things like regular alignment on the strategy to make sure everyone is still on the right course. Lastly, when things go wrong, it is essential to communicate, and yet at those moments it can be hardest to do so. So it's best to think about what and who should communicate when and how in case things go into emergency mode. For this, it's very useful to create an emergency communication protocol. Now this might sound complex and it can be a very large document if you want it to, but having some basics can already be a lifesaver. For example, having clearly agreed who takes which role and responsibilities in such a situation and which stakeholders should be informed. And if you already have an idea what a crisis situation might be about, for example, in case the government falls and you need to get ready for snap elections, then you can save yourself a lot of stress by already preparing some templates for newsletters, press releases and other communication. Tweaking in the moment of stress is easier than starting from scratch. People will be grateful not to be in the dark in such a moment, and informing them promptly and with calm can help tremendously, even if it's only to keep the party calm. Before you jump in and start doing it all, here it is important to keep a few things in mind. First, clear and consistent messaging is key, so make sure everyone communicates uniformly. This goes for many things like using the same style of writing in all official messages, but also goes for the terminology you use. Make sure everyone uses the same words to describe the same things, otherwise things can get messy. And of course, make sure all important communication is always also done in writing. If it is not written, it might as well never have happened. Secondly, if you say it once, you didn't really say it, so make sure you repeat important information. Whether it is an important ad hoc update, your overall strategy, or the values and mission of your party. Don't assume that because you said it once, people have heard or even remembered. So repeat. And did I mention that it's always good to repeat important information? Thirdly, make sure you keep important information safe. Losing valuable information, accidentally leaking sensitive data, or external actors breaking in can be very damaging. So make sure you store your important information securely and don't give just everyone access to it. And it can't hurt to do regular tests and checks on your own security once in a while to make sure everyone has it top of mind. Lastly, communication is not only about sending but also about receiving. If you do all the above and the right information is not reaching the right people, you might as well not do it. So make sure you check if the communication actually works. Talk to key stakeholders and random members, do a survey once in a while, and keep your ears open to random feedback or questions. If people don't have the information you want them to have, it's best to review how you are communicating and how you can improve it. Now comes the fun part, actually doing it all instead of only thinking about it. It's not only about writing it down, but mostly about getting people to do it. Whether it is providing hands-on platform training, explaining security protocols, or practicing crisis scenarios. It is good to actually sit down and do it together. And of course, make sure you evaluate and repeat it all. Explaining something once is rarely enough. And while on paper something might have looked great, your team might run into problems while actually executing it. So make sure you review and adjust everything you do. Like I said before, most organizations struggle to find a good way to keep everyone informed but not overloaded them with information at the same time. So adjusting and readjusting is key. So don't worry if you can't get it right at the very beginning. As long as you're actively communicating and evaluating it, you are doing great.